All right. Um, in Hinduism, there are many forms of God. So we follow Ram, we follow Sita, we follow Krishna. But is there one particular form of God that we should be praying to? Be it Mata Rani, Shiva, or Krishna? Or are they representative of one sole God? Alright, this question actually worries or confuses a lot of Hindu young people. And forget about Hindus, it confuses the non Hindus even more. They think this is a weird religion and it's got so many gods. And if I ask you, the viewers, look, do you think Shiva is the Almighty, the ultimate God? Some of you say, yes, of course. And if I ask, what about Vishnu? Some of you would say, yes, of course. He is the Almighty and the ultimate. And if I ask, what about Goddess Durga or Lakshmi? Some of you would say, yes, how can we forget them? She is the ultimate Almighty too. Now, see, there is a contradiction, and you really can't have too many ultimates. That is not really ultimate enough, if I can say that. So, which God is the right one? It's like we want to ask, can the real God please stand up? No, that's not an Eminem reference. Um, but really, though, that's what the young people are asking nicely there. Now, what is the answer to this question? The answer is this. The answer is actually very interesting. You see, this is important for you to know. It's very good that this question has come up. Now, the Hindu religion that appears like polytheist, with many gods, and of course you would all say, yeah, many gods. Actually, this religion is not polytheist. It is pluralist. The same ultimate reality that you're trying to relate to, you can call it by different names and give it different forms. So names and forms can be different, but the same reality, ultimate reality. So not many gods, but many ways to think about gods. That's a big difference. If you say many gods, uh, it's it's naive and it's not very well thought of. Um, so when I say many ways to think about God, it's grand, it's actually majestic. It allows individuals to relate to the idea of spirituality in his or her own individual mode. So some would say, oh, we love Lord Krishna. Okay, you can sing his glory. Some would say, oh no, we like Shiva. Go for it. The way you're relating to the ultimate is through the name and form of Shiva. Go for it. This is the idea or the answer. Actually, the comprehensive idea of God is, you'll be surprised, is actually Brahman. Now, the word Brahman, um, there's no person. Like Brahma is a different person, and I'm not talking about Lord Brahma. I'm saying Brahman or Brahma. Now, the word Brahma means spirit, not it means a spirit, not as a person at all, but as a principle that tells about reality. The whole of this creation is nothing but the expression of this principle, not as a person. Principles that become visible or get manifested as the world that we see in front of us. So that very same principle, Brahman, becomes more clearer as living things. And the most clearest vision of this Brahman or the principle is humanity, man and women. That's why you, the viewer, is the clearest manifestation of God on earth. And where else would you find your God? He lights you up and everyone else with life. So this is a very principle oriented religion, but it follows a very personalized approach. Now you may say, in that case, why don't we just pray about Brahman, this principle, and not worry about Ram or Krishna or Durga or Shiva? The reason we have to bother is because we are humans and we have human limitations. As we are human, the only way we can build a relationship with this principle called Brahman is to think of this principle as personality. So if I say, okay, go build a relation with Brahman, you would ask, okay, what do I do then? Now I'd say, no, wait. Think about Goddess Lakshmi, beautiful and caring. And now you'd say, oh, my lovely Mata, or however you appreciate her. Now, it's easy to build relationship, but with Brahman, how do you build relationship? It's a principle. It's an abstract. Now, when you turn this principle into personality, then you can build friendship, good relationship like mother figure, a father figure, or a friend figure like my friend Ganesha. See, the Hindu religion is the only religion that allows you to think of God in a variety of different ways, not just Father in heaven like Christianity, but we can say Mother in heaven. Why not mother? Mother is sweet and kind. Why can't you think of God like mom? Why dad all the time? In fact, our recitation in Sanskrit gives you a clue about Hindu religion. It translates to, let us meditate to the glory of that Supreme Being who created the universe. May she enlighten our hearts and direct our understanding. Now, may she enlighten our hearts and direct our understanding. May she. That is addressing God as she, because we are human. We like to relate to this principle in a human manner. That's why we created all this imagery. Let's go for it. The same one seems all different. Now, people say, how do you reconcile principle and reality? This is how we reconcile. It's like ice and water. Water is just fuzzy, with no shape or nothing. When you freeze it, it can take many different forms. It's the love of devotee that freezes the principle called Brahman into various forms that he or she likes. Suppose I like to think God is Shiva. Now this principle reduces itself and becomes Shiva and comes in front of me and interacts with me. Now this is Hinduism. The love of devotee freezes the principle into personality of his or her choice. See, this is the power of Hindu religion. This is real democracy, and this is spiritual democracy.